YouTube, doing requests now. Someone asked me to go over the wiring of this. This is my Washburn G15v from 1987, I think. Yeah, so this one has 3 on-off switches, which you can't see because of if I get the light right, there you go. So you get 3 on-off switches. Basically, these just turn on whichever pickup you're on. I'm sure I've got no sound because the tuner's on. Yeah, so down is neck pickup, get the light right, neck pickup, middle pickup, bridge pickup. It's also got a coil split on the volume control for the bridge pickup. This middle knob is a sort of mid boost. I think it's quite similar to the Eric Clapton mid boost. The knob looks wrong, but it is right. It was one of the things I was going to change when I got the guitar. Yeah, so the wiring is pretty simple. I'm going to put this diagram on my Mad Malcolm Guitars Facebook page. I'll hold it here for 2 seconds. So you can see there, basically all you've got is these three two-way switches, and the middle lug just goes to the output, just goes to the volume control, and then the top one's for your like neck, middle and bridge pickups. In the back there is the mid boost circuit. It all looks a wee bit like spaghetti. I'll take a photo of this and put it on my page as well. So if you look there, see the tone control, it's not actually in the circuit board at all. It's just a passive tone control. It's just that they've actually cut the circuit. The circuit board's got a big hole in it where the normal tone control pops through. It's got a few capacitors and a wee chip in it, and some resistors and stuff, which all go to this middle knob. I don't really know how to wire that up. I did look at that sort of connector strip, and from the left, when you're looking at it, it goes earth, a black earth wire. The red goes to the output of the. So the output from the volume control goes into the second terminal, being red, so it's in, and then you've got another black earth, one that's not connected. The red, then the next is the red and the black, which go to the battery, the 9-volt battery, and then you've got the last 3 are green, black, and yellow, which go to the output jack. Black being earth, and I'd imagine either green or yellow. One of them is a signal out, and the other one is to connect the battery. Using the stereo output jack, it connects the battery on, so that the battery's not permanently on when you don't have it plugged in. Not particularly difficult stuff. Apart from if the actual preamp circuit board's burst, I don't know how you fix that. But so basically, these 3 switches all go into the volume control. It comes out the volume control, goes into this circuit, and then comes out this circuit. That's really all there is to it. It's only been 3 minutes, so I'll make some noise with it. So one thing you do see this sort of 3 switch arrangement in sort of guitars from this era quite a bit. Advantages are it means you can have the neck and the bridge on together for a sort of Telecaster-y type. I always call it Telecaster sound. I use a Gilmore switch on Stratocasters to do that. And I suppose you can get all 3 pickups on as well, which you can also get with the Gilmore switch. The downside I feel with this system is if you've got all the switches up, the guitar's off. So if you're in the mid solo playing a gig, and it's like, say you've got like a 5-way switch or something, you accidentally put it into the wrong position. Oh dear, you're on the bridge pickup instead of being in position 2 or whatever. So it's maybe not going to sound as good. Whereas in this, if you accidentally hit the wrong one, the guitar might just turn off, and then you're in silence. So that's a real downside to having the 3 on-off switches. The coil split is, I've not really talked about coil splits much before, but it's very, very simple. So basically coming out this pickup, you've got 3 wires. You've got your earth, your plus, and then your split wire. The split wire goes to the middle lugs on the push-pull pot, and then the bottom ones are earthed. So when you push that in, you earth in the down position. The split wire is not earthed. When you pull it up, the split wire is earthed, which gives you the single coil sound. That's really it. Yeah, so if I mess about with and then the mid boost circuit, which is one of those things which I would just normally have on. The pickups seem to be very quiet. I mean, they're not active pickups as such. What I should have done was I should have tried taking the battery out and see if the guitar still works without the battery. I'm not sure. So let's say these two on, but you put mid boost on. Middle pick up on its own. Bridge pick up in single coil. Humbucker. You probably don't need the mid boost as much on humbucker mode. Also, as far as I can tell, this guitar's an oddity. I'm still not 100% sure where it was made. I think, but this is just down to conjecture, that it's Japanese. By this era, 87, most washburns were Korean, and certainly the cheaper, the lower down G series ones are definitely Korean. But this one, if you look up the EC29 and EC36 guitars, which are also, says, a George Washburn signature series, they have the same hardware as this. So I'm not sure if I think the 36 has only got 2 pickups because it's got too many frets, but they've got the same pickup. So I think the wiring system and the treble boost circuit are exactly the same. It's just maybe they've only got 2 pickups instead of 3, but it's, you know, exactly the same principle. They've also, the only other guitars I've ever seen with this paint job. I was explaining this paint job before. I'm going to take some photos again. If you're the guy that asked a couple of weeks ago how, you know, they thought maybe they'd sprayed the paint job on. It's like, see, if you look at it up closely, it's kind of, it's hard to I don't know how they did it. I can't see how they did it unless they did it by hand. What it looks like is, see, when you've got your shreddies and you're putting, well, I put Nestle milk on it when I was a wee, you know, or like honey or something. You're sort of dribbling it on, kind of doing that while you're dribbling it onto your breakfast. It's kind of like that, I think, is how it's done. It seems to be a bit haphazard, and I don't think it's not a graphic. Because you can sort of see there's a few wee bits where I think that maybe the guitar was built when it was done. I'm not sure if it kind of the colours kind of run over from the neck onto the body, at least very similarly. So I don't know how they did that. I mean, it's mad 80s idea. This is a black one. I've seen, I don't know if I've seen this model. There's a white one with the same sort of blobs on it, and there's a sort of turquoisey blue one with the same blobs on it. The black one looks the best though, I think. So interesting. 8.5 minutes. I don't think I'm gonna really be bored having a jam. I'm still in tune. This has been sitting in that bag upstairs for distortion. This is a really nice guitar actually. I don't really play it enough. This is kind of right at the end of the sort of guitar era I like. This is kind of just a super strat really. It's a little bit more stratty. Now a lot of them, I do notice it's got 24 frets, so it's obviously got slightly deeper scoops in it, and it's obviously got the pointy headstock. But it's a quite a classy one. It's got, you know, the shark fin inlays and binding on the neck and the headstock. It's got this active mid boost thing. You know, this is, I think this was their flagship model at the time, really, apart from the 26, the 29 and 36 fret versions, which I think are Japanese. So it might be Japanese, it might be Korean. It's an awful lot better than the other G series ones I've played. I've only ever played a couple. I've played a G8. I had a couple of G1s and a G5, but they're definitely don't feel like this one. It's got a very thin neck. It's very much what I'd imagine an Ibanez Gem is sort of kind of going that way, because I've been in 87, so the Gem was just out, so they're kind of trying to compete with that by doing something a little bit fancy. This also, I remember seeing in the adverts here, this has got like a scoop below the Floyd Rose, which you don't think anything of these days, but in the advert for this was the first guitar that actually had that, so you could bend up the way more. You know, you get a wee bit more up bends. Yeah, so rock on. If you want to see the circuit diagram I drew, didn't really help much because I can't do the actual active boost circuit, but basically the output from the volume goes into the boost circuit and then it comes out, the boost circuit goes to the jack, so it's just kind of in series with the rest of the guitar. I'll put a picture of that. I'm also going to take a couple of photos up close of this paint job so you can see exactly how I think they did it. I don't know. I mean, are we talking about a guy in a factory sitting there like that with, you know, a paintbrush dripping paint on it, just kind of doing that, and then doing it with the next guitar, you know, the next colour? I don't know. It seems to be like if you look at the way it's on, it looks like somebody's put blobs on it. You know, these blobs don't tend to go around the outside the same way. It's like someone's has artistically tried to fill the top up. What would be interesting, I'm actually have a look online, make sure, see if other ones look the same, but I don't think so. I don't think this is a printed graphic. I'm pretty sure this is dribbled on somehow. It's also on the back of the neck, which is one of the things I like best about this guitar. I wonder if the tuner said Japan or they don't, they just say Washburn. Rock on!